Hello and welcome back to the table, folks. Back from the holidays, first stream of 2022, first episode of 2022. We left off with a big bang last episode, a big decision that the undecided have finally decided for themselves. After, to recap it quickly and to gather some of the events. After you guys hunted for Blackwater's parents in vain for quite some time, you were trying to get closer to them by following a lead that led you to Grand Duke Ulder Ravengard in the catacombs of the old Elturian cemetery that led you to an abyssal portal down there where some sort of demonic infestation was spreading or invasion was preparing or something was definitely going on. Branwolf then kind of took it upon himself to free the Grand Duke from his battle that was going on with the golden helm of Morrigan Sight he was wearing. And he put it on his own head, also saw some visions of what has happened, things that might still come to pass, stuff that's going on down in the Hells. However, there was no sign of Blackwater's parents there. So, Blackwater decided the only explanation could be that they probably went through the gate. So he followed them. After deciding more or less the rest of the group, they also had to kind of weigh, are they going to help and save El Terrell, or are they going to help one of their own? And they have decided to stick with their party member. And all of you went through the abyssal portal. However, during the travel, something strange happened. All of you heard this sinister but all too familiar voice that reminded you of Granny Nightshade, and you felt this tug, and suddenly you woke up in a dark place with snow beneath your feet, all huddled together. It was dark. It was snowing. It seemed to be some kind of a forest that you guys were in. And it ended with a familiar voice of Eleni Blackwater just calling out Alton and recognizing you and the group. So you're currently all on your knees, kind of stumped from this portal travel. Can you all make a quick Constitution saving throw for me, please? Everybody's so quiet and tense.
It's the first roll of the new year.
First roll of the new year, yeah.
Let's see.
Wisdom, Constitution saving throw.
A Constitution saving throw, yeah.
That's a 9 for me.
I got a 16.
Got a 17. Don't know if it's enough.
And Tiala?
Still figuring it out. It's an 18 plus
22.
4. Yeah, nice.
All right,
I mean,
so
I have to add, yeah.
yeah, I mean,
throw, right?
17, yeah, that's still high enough.
Yeah,
All
plus
of you
6,
kind of
23,
slowly come to your feet. Blackwater, the first thing that you do, you feel this utter sense of nausea, and there's this retching urge, and you suddenly just puke onto the side after this interplanar travel that kind of hit you hard in the guts. A little wobbly on your knees, you all kind of get up and look around, and you see, first thing you notice is dark shapes of trees. There's a gentle wind blowing. It is cold, abysmally cold. Especially, you're not sure if this is just from the change of coming from the Hells and to here, wherever this is, but it is just extremely cold. You already feel your fingers kind of going numb. You see there's a few patches of grass that stick out around the freshly falling snow around you guys. And you see two huddled halfling figures, probably 10 feet or so off to the right, that already in a kind of what looks like they have tried to huddle together to keep the body warmth in there. And already, like, you recognize your mother immediately, Blackwater, and her lips are blue, but her eyes are lighting up with a fire, recognizing you.
I
Are they
run up to
wearing
them.
any type of winter clothing, or are they just dressed
Oh.
normally?
They seem to be like dressed normally with a coat, like just covering both of them, and they are
Okay.
like immediately just like shaking.
I'd like to take out.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'll do
I-
the same. Yeah, I'll take out the set of winter
Well,
clothes.
I got a big winter clothing for which would probably fit over both halflings.
Did you
with
get
some
that
eye
from
size.
halflings as well?
You
Pardon?
did get them from halflings, yeah. It was
Did they fit you?
Yeah, they did.
they were
made
yeah
an
they
ex-
were like
they were
They made an extra one for
basically-
me.
Yeah,
Damn.
I think they made 3 together or something. I forgot what it
you've
was.
already been using them before.
Okay,
once.
yeah. Okay.
So yeah, but as both of you kind of like pamper them and get out that winter clothing, get them, and you see just like your mother's face lighting up, and she looks at you. Alton, what happened to your hair? You look old.
You have no idea how much of a toll I took while I was looking for you. This whole adventuring business is super fucking stressful.
Where did you come from?
I'm sorry.
Language. Your mother.
Where did you come from?
Fucking stressful.
We
Well,
were following you the entire time. We followed you since Saltmarsh, basically.
we had
they-
no idea.
after
We
being
were just
kidnapped.
trying to survive. Yeah. But, I mean, so you went back to this place. What was it called? And you see, like, for the first time now, Fosco also, who's kind of like holding his knee. He just says, Horgrim's Gate. It was, dear. And she says, yes, we've been taken to Horgrim's Gate, and that's when whatever this was happened. The city just sank, and both of us, we went unconscious, but we woke up in from my understanding, what was Avernus, and yeah, we've been trying to survive ever since. Do you know what happened to Alder Ravengard?
I couldn't tell you. I looked towards the others to see if they know anything.
Yeah, we aided him, and he was.
He's
He
a
was
good
up
man,
and-
and he was trying to protect.
Yeah, he was up and ready. I think he was going to head back to the hideout of the sister that helped us. The
Jenkins. Actually.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Farrah Jenkins, of course.
Yes.
And he was going to head back there, and we just kind of helped each other. But since we figured you'd be here, that's why we also went through the portal.
Mhm.
So we have been looking for you, and luckily we found you.
Oh,
But now we
my.
have to see how we get out of this
Yeah.
snowstorm. Find out where we
Well,
are. I wasn't going to
we-
say where the hell, because we seem to be not be no
Well,
longer
the
being
last
hell.
thing that we noticed was Alder Ravengard and his men. They were fighting like some of these like fades and this abyssal spawn coming out of the portal, but it looked like all of the others died, and there were just too many of them. So Fosco and me, we just ran through the portal.
Are you
might have-
wounded? Do you need any medical attention? Any help?
I'm fine, but Fosco here, and she points to him. He kind of like, you see that his leg looks like it maybe looks a bit angled, and he,
Okay.
as she says, he basically, we fell pretty hard coming out of the portal. We've been here for half an hour, and I've just tried to tend to him, but we need to get out of the cold.
I would like to use my healer's
Yeah.
kit on him.
Okay.
Just to see if I can. Okay, or maybe Her Majesty, her overpowered Majesty, might want to.
Her
do that.
overpowered majesty. Oh yes,
Wait, do
we
you
might
know
have
how
to.
to properly use it? Because I had some lessons.
I am proficient. I come from a bloodline of alchemists, but please, for the love of God, show me.
No, I think then you can use it as well.
I believe. Yeah, I do have.
While you two are arguing,
proficiency.
Fox just, I'm fine. I don't need anything. I can like walk it off or something.
You
I
clearly
can
don't
stand.
look fine.
Dad, shut up. Seriously, just let me help you. And I'll just go to him and start applying it.
Okay. Make a. Because basically, it was a healer's kit, right?
Yeah, but the healer's kit
Yeah.
has.
Yeah, you usually use a healer's kit like to stabilize a person.
Oh, right.
But make
Oh,
a.
but I can actually use it to.
Wait, what do I have proficiency in?
It doesn't say it, but I know I can do it.
Yeah, you have the healer's feat.
Yeah. So I could give him hit points, right?
Does he need hit points though?
I
If he
just
has a broken leg, yes.
I just took a bit of a tumble. That's all.
Just heal him up and see that he can walk.
Just
That's
put
the
some
main
ice
thing.
on it. It's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
There's plenty of ice around.
Put
Yeah.
him on ice, done. Yeah. Let me just.
While
try
they're
the
doing
healer's
this,
kit.
I'm going to use the little bit of not ranger, but my skills of just looking around and looking if I can make out anything in this icy tundra. If there's just like anywhere that might be a cave. Is there something like a dense part of trees? Is there something which I can try to find where we can either get shelter or maybe even out of this place?
Okay, then make a survival check.
That is, let me see.
Freon, what are you doing
12.
while the other two are tending and Branwell's walking around, checking the surroundings?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a look around because I don't know. Do I have my suspicion where we are?
Also, make a survival check, but with advantage.
Why is this not working? Come on, open up. There we are. Okay, Branwell.
Yeah, it's a 2 and a 3.
2 and a 3,
really,
even with
that went
advantage.
really well. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Well,
kind of reminds a bit of the place that you guys have been before over in the Keller Orchard.
Last
but
Christmas.
even then, it's not exactly the same. It's
well, with advantage, it's a 9 and a 8.
Okay.
But that's not much better.
Now you don't recognize anything. It's definitely colder than all the places you visited before. Like
Can
extremely
I open
cold.
up my sheet?
But even colder than that halfling
Yep.
thingy-majig.
Okay.
This
So-
is like free. All of your hands are already becoming numb.
Okay. So I had a 12, and what was I using? What was I?
Survival.
Perception? No. Survival.
Yes.
Okay. Why can't I? I can't. The
You
sheet
can just
doesn't
roll
open.
and tell me.
I got a 12, but I have something on survival plus or something, but I can't open up my sheet all the way. It doesn't.
It's like on the
scroll.
upper right. If you click on actors display, the 3 people.
Yeah, I have that, but the sheet is not opening up all the way. It's only opening up the sleight of hand, and I can't scroll down.
Oh, why can't you scroll down?
I don't know.
Because you don't have a scrollable
You have to
mouse
pop
thing.
it out.
Well, you can pop out. Yeah, you can click on the
I have
top.
Here
the
we
same
go.
problem.
Yeah,
Pop out.
pop out, and then you can
Default.
scroll down. Yeah, it's definitely colder, Freon, than where you guys were.
Yeah, as they are doing this, can I take Blackwater's healing kit, healer's kit? and use one.
One of the
Whatever it's called. Charges.
The charges, exactly. Yeah, you can do that and roll for hit points.
He gets 7 hit points.
7, got you.
Oh,
So
wait.
And I have
Plus
+2.
additional hit points equal to the creature's maximum number of hit dice.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay, my roll with the +2 on survival is a 14.
14, okay. So Tiala, you tend to Fosco's leg, and you already see that Eleni kind of like try to like build a little like splint next to it, which he can kind of use. And he is indeed like slowly but surely getting up, and he is standing, but he might just be slow in terms of walking. But you kind of like heal it up with the help of the healer's kit, and he seems to be stable, just like hurt and slow.
If it doesn't hurt his feelings anyway, I can carry him.
Well, have you found anything? He asks as you look around.
I shall ask the magic DM.
Branwolf, you see the first thing that you notice, like in the distance, the woods, they just go dark with like the snowfall.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like there's a slight wind blowing. What you immediately make out, though, is that looking to the sky, you see this beautiful like aurora above you that kind of just makes its way across the complete sky of your vicinity. And you kind of make out, you don't find any caves or any shelter, but you do see that somewhere off in the distance, probably a couple or so 100 feet or so, there might be a little, it looks a little bit clearer from where you're standing right now.
Okay. Well, I tell the group that I see a clearing up ahead. So Fosca, if you want me to, I can just carry you in a very manly fashion, not like a babe or piggyback, and we can see that we could get up to this clearing. I think we'd be safer there,
the sooner
and out of the snow.
Sooner we depart,
However,
the
what
faster
you
we are.
do also notice is that going further, you would probably need some sort of light, because it is in the dead of the night. The only thing giving you a little bit of light is like the extra light shining up from the aurora above. You can't make out any stars or any moon currently from where you're at, but it might be that just like at first you think trees blocking, but you see in the distance mountains.
Okay.
That might just be blocking it off.
I have to carry Fosco. Can anybody either make a magical light or a torch?
Yeah, no problem. I got you, and I pop up my light.
Okay.
So yeah, you see together with Tiala's light that there seems to be a little trampled down road or something, or at least not a road, but a path that kind of leads to the forest a bit further up ahead.
Very good.
But Eleni turns to you, Blackwater, while you all slowly but surely like walk along, and says, "But so you also took the portal then, which I thought would lead us to the Fade."
Yeah, we thought so too. At least that's what we were told. But yeah, we definitely took the same portal apparently.
She kind of like looks around a little bit in suspicion to the rest of the group and just comes closer to you, Blackwater, and just like very silently asks, "Did you hear her as well?"
Yes. You recognize her?
I think so. I think that whatever happened, she might be meddling with it, or maybe she was the one that plucked us from wherever we were going and put us here.
I believe so too.
Well, then we should probably get somewhere where it's warm.
Yeah, we should hurry before we freeze our asses off.
All right. Yeah. What do the rest of you guys do? Do you want to follow this path?
Yeah.
Sure.
Towards the clearing, at least, if that's
yeah,
going
it's basically
towards...
that's what you thought was the clearing, but getting closer to it, you see that it's just this like narrow path leading somewhere. somewhere else.
Is it leading away from the dark forest? At least the one
You are
part?
it's going through the dark forest. You are
Yeah, but
in the dark forest.
one way it gets even denser, and the other way it seemed to be getting not so dense.
Do we see footsteps where they go? Which direction?
It's a freshly fallen snow, so there are no footsteps that you currently can make out. So it either means that probably nobody's passed here for quite some time.
How heavy is the snowfall?
It's like thick flocks of snow, very flakes of snow, but it's not like heavy. It's kind of like nice actually, but it's very
So you
like
can
silent,
still
very
see.
thick. You can see, but in the distance it gets
Yeah.
very, very, especially with the night, it's like hard to see. All you
So
see is the
if I
snow.
would be 10 feet up in the air, could I see something?
You can certainly try.
Yeah.
Then I will use my last beast shape and turn into a giant eagle and fly. Oh, that's so cool.
Show off.
Or
But you've been using giant eagles before.
Yes,
Yeah.
but I
Summoned
cast
ones.
them.
Oh,
Summoned them,
oh, yeah, that's
yeah.
right. You summoned them.
you summoned them, yeah.
All right.
It
so
was
Tiala
never me.
just,
Wait,
like-
let me check how intelligent they are before I do anything.
I think you keep all of
Oh,
your
wait,
things. It's
yeah,
not
I keep my
polymorph.
stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
It doesn't matter for like.
But
wild-
now we're back in the dark because you probably can't
Yep.
have.
So
yeah,
Tiala
that's
just
all.
poof. goes
Okay,
into-
so we're
Oh,
standing in the
really?
dark, and
You're
somebody
standing in
light
the
a
dark
torch.
with a huge ass bird next to you,
Oh,
who is starting to clear up the snow around her as she flies up. Tiala, make a perception check.
So, question. I don't have dark vision with the eagle, but I have keen sight.
Yes, it's
So I
a
have-
straight perceptive roll because you would normally have disadvantage due to the
Okay.
weather. It's just a straight roll.
That's cocked. That's a 4, but I still have my stuff, which means I get a plus 12, which is a 16. That's
16.
okay. Yeah.
All right. The path to the right where you're standing on leads further into what looks like more forest. However, maybe about probably a half a mile or so further off in the other direction, you seem to what looks like to you like little mounds of dark further away. Can't quite make out the shape or the size in relation to the surroundings, but definitely it looks like there's like several different mounds further ahead.
But no light, like from houses or
No,
anything.
not a single light burning.
But did it look like it could be houses?
Maybe.
Could also be
And the other
graves.
way
But
was
what-
nothing.
But the other way was just like, yeah, it lost itself in the wilderness. But from the thing that puts you off is you're not sure if it's houses since there's not a single light that seems to be burning.
Okay, I fly back down and try to
Okay.
make like house shapes with my feathers and my arms and look in the direction.
Make a dexterity check or sleight of hand check for me for this.
Light of hand.
Using the eagle stats.
That's a 14. Well, no, I can use my stats. That's the nice thing about wild shape, beast shape, whatever. It's a 14.
14, okay. Yeah, so you guys see Tiala flying back down in her eagle form, starting to use her wing to like kind of make these weird, like almost like square like signs in the middle of the snow.
No, I would make like pyramid shapes, like pointing.
Pyramid shapes, okay. So
pointing the-
triangles.
Yeah. And I start hopping into the direction and look back and see if they will follow.
Of course, we'll follow. I
Hmm.
mean, you've
Yeah.
shown us
Are we
before.
supposed to make like triangle shapes as well and start
Yeah,
hopping
Eleni
after
Eleni
her,
also-
or
yes.
Eleni also asks, like, what's with the bird?
What's
Oh.
a bird?
Don't mind
And
it.
I'll talk to her with my what's it called? Shit.
Awakened mind.
Awakened mind. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Your Highness, we don't quite get what you mean. Could you be a bit more specific?
This no talking is hard. I think there might be houses.
Is it a two-way thing? Awakened mind?
Well, that's you ask that every time.
Yep.
It says you can communicate telepathically with any creature you can see.
Okay, yeah, communicate. Yes, that's fine then.
Yeah. So.
I think there might be houses. There is no light and I can't see. Can we send Tara? Oh no, she was dead. Right.
Tara is gone for the moment.
She's not feeling well.
She's a bit under the weather.
Okay.
But maybe you can have a look while we follow the track.
Yeah, we'll head.
How far away was it?
Half a mile up to maybe 700 meters or so, feet or so.
That's fine, right?
Yeah, it's not that far away.
I'm also super fast.
I mean, depending on how the road is, this path is like winding, it might be a mile or something off.
Well, I'm flying directly,
Yeah.
so yeah, I will check it out. If I don't come back, then I'm dead.
All right, then we'll go the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell the others about
Okay.
All
Then
right.
what the pyramid shapes mean.
Okay. Then
And
somebody.
I silently make my way.
Somebody light a torch, and we'll head that way at least until
I'm on it.
she comes back. Mm-hmm.
All right. So Blackwater.
Do we
taking
have a
the
map
lead
at the
with-
moment, or is it
Nope.
just the
No map.
no? Because it says
You're
game
taking
paused.
you're taking the lead with the torch.
Yes. Trying to help either one of my parents walk
All
here
right.
if they need it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Fosco is being carried by Branwolf,
Mm-hmm.
and Lainey's just like cuddling next to you into the light and warming fire of the torch. Yeah, you make your way along this path. Who of you guys is not wearing winter clothes?
I'm sharing mine with, in this case, my mother, I guess. Somehow trying to.
And I more or less got Fosco wrapped
You
around
more or less
in mine.
gave it to her, and you gave yours to Fosco. So you
Yeah,
don't.
well,
have a
I'm
set of
wearing it.
winter
I
clothes.
got him up here, and I'm kind of like wrapping it around me and him.
I would have
It's
given
big
mine.
enough.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I mean, you have to decide if you give it to him or if you're wearing it yourself. There's no way you can put on a hoodie for both two people.
No, but I can carry him like a babe and have him.
He's small.
You can like warm him up.
Yeah,
but-
I'm covered. More my body warmth, and
Okay, but
we're
only
kinda warm.
Branwolf is wearing his winter.
I'm
clothes.
wearing it, yes, and I have him close to me,
Okay.
keeping
I'm
him
wearing
warm.
winter clothes as well. If I have them, then of course.
No, we all have them. Yeah.
I think
Why,
so. Yeah.
why not? Yeah, I have.
I
I
added
just
them
checked.
to you guys. Yeah. So you all, except for Blackwater, then.
Yes.
Okay.
I
Just make a quick Constitution saving throw for me,
I
Blackwater.
do have a torch with me, though.
Yeah. Still,
A big torch.
a big torch.
That's a 20 in total.
All right. I'm just noting that down. Because this cold around you is unlike anything you guys have ever experienced. This almost feels unnatural. Like there's this bite to it that's just
Like hell froze
Like-
over.
like evil somehow.
Yeah.
But yeah, you make your way along the path. Tiala, you fly a bit further. Getting closer to it now, you do see it's definitely some sort of like housing going on. You see what gave it off this kind of like pyramid look is there's these very steep kind of roofs on what look like wooden houses. However, you count probably let me quickly check something. Yeah, you count probably a good 40, 30 or so houses. And it looks like that this seems to be a little settlement of some sort, but there's not a single person or light for that matter like on the streets or burning inside the houses. You see that this little settlement seems to be built on the side of a very large lake, and there's a small little river emerging from this lake off to the south of it. And you guys are currently heading in from the south as well.
Okay. Is there something? Can we make out something like, which looks close, which could have been something like a meeting house, a tavern, a guest house, something like that?
Yeah, well, I mean, Tiala, you see this first. Is there, like, with that information, anything you want to do, or do you want to head back to the others, or just start circling, because they're gonna need, like, a little bit until they get there by foot?
I will circle like 1 or 2 rounds and try to see anything, like signs of fights or
Okay, make a perception check.
shapes, something. Ah, that's a 4 again, so 16 again.
Okay. You don't find any signs of fighting. You see, like, the same, that the snowfall that's been coming down is, like, evened out any kind of tracks or whatever from the paths and roads between the houses. You see a couple of fishing boats, what it looks like, and near the docks, which are built next to the lake.
How big am I? Could I land on a window and peek inside or something like that?
You are a giant eagle. If you like land in the
Street, and look
street
around,
down
yeah.
there, probably people are gonna notice.
But there's no one there.
There's no one there, no.
Yeah, we're sure. But we don't know this, so.
I mean, yeah, was there something like a tavern or something?
It's hard to spot from above. From above all of these houses, they
Well,
look
I'm
kind
getting
of the
closer.
same.
I'm getting closer then.
Whoop
Okay.
down into town.
As you get closer, a couple of things happening. You see, like, down from the road, the rest of the group that slowly makes its way, and with Blackwater in the front with the torch, right? And all of you see this now in the house closest to the south. There seems to be, for you, Tiala, at first it's like in like for the others it's like the small little dot of black that kind of seems to be just moving away from the house and getting bigger, coming towards you. Tiala, you see what looks to be somebody or someone wearing like a heavy set of winter's clothes. There's like a big hood pulled all the way in, lots of fur going on. They look like kind of almost obese in a sense. That they are moving around, and they just like kind of waddle along through the snow towards the group.
I start circling the person.
Okay. Like above.
And we
Okay,
can
yeah, but the rest of you see this like huddling figure, almost in a penguin style, getting closer towards
I'd
you.
like to like slowly wave with the torch just to indicate non-aggression, basically.
Okay, you hear coming from there a kind of like muffled sound, just going,
What?
and also like the little fat arms just kind of like waving about.
I
And
wave
just like
back.
kind of like shouting at you with an energy that's carried across the wind and the snow towards you.
frantic, friendly. What kind of energy? Like, how
It
is he?
seems frantic. Make an insight check.
Gladly.
Are they halflings or are the size of halflings?
Well, with that amount of clothes, I don't think you can.
Yeah, well, we can see how big they are.
That's true.
Because Ken said that they're small and fat.
That's a natural 20.
Natural 20.
Yes, a total of 18.
Definitely something seems off. They're trying to signal you something, that you were doing something wrong or bad.
Hmm.
And to answer your question, Branwolf,
Mm.
you immediately spot this is like taller than a halfling. This seems like some form of humanoid.
Okay.
I want to put out my torch into some snow and see if his frantic behavior kind of changes.
Okay, yeah. As you do that, immediately the figure kind of like
Ah.
stops. Well,
No light.
It doesn't stop, but like just
Yeah.
like becomes slower, and
Okay.
you see them putting like their hands onto their waist to just like kind of like catching their breath and then slowly continuing to waddle
Okay.
towards you.
Okay, and we're gonna waddle, or I'm gonna carry Fosco over as well, more or less, having an elder on my shoulders, or an elder with me who might be. Sometimes that kind of makes a good impression.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Being
Like
that, can I have a look? Like if something's coming?
Yeah, make another perception check.
Come on! Oops. Oh my gosh. I lost it. Let's go. That's a 3. Are you kidding me? 15.
15.
Jesus.
Well, you see nothing has like changed in the surroundings. You don't see any other like similar humanoids or whatever for that matter that seem to be roaming around. So nothing in particular that's out of the ordinary. By now you like catch up to the figure still catching its breath.
Yeah, I'd
And
like
you
to more or
see-
less, and
You see them kind of like rummaging around the face and putting
Yeah.
down scarves, and you recognize what looks like a human woman
Mhm.
who's like all red in the face from all the running and shouting, with
I
like
guess
stark blue
lights
eyes.
light of any kind or fire is not a good idea here.
Yeah, she immediately responds with, "Are you crazy? You can't just like on the night of the full moon, the new moon, just like start roaming around fires. This is a night of sacrifice."
Oh, well, we are new in this area. We're travelers, and we came here perchance. We just want to get out of the cold.
Where did you come from? All of the roads are closed or snowed in.
We were transported here by a magical device we still don't know ourselves.
It's
Well,
a
let's
long
get out.
story.
Let's get out of the cold first.
Oh, good idea.
Follow
Good idea.
me.
Please lead the way.
She
'cause
turns
I have-
around and keeps waddling
Yeah.
back towards
We-
the house
we
that
waddle
you
after
guys
her.
came from.
We waddle
Um,
after her.
So, yeah, you basically make your way to the house that she went out with, and you see that this definitely looks like some kind of inn.
Mhm.
It's like very dark from the outside. Again, only the aurora is giving off a little bit of shape. So you see a small little sign hanging on the outside that's getting up close to it almost so you can touch it with your nose. You can make
Mhm.
out the name Buried Treasures outside.
Oh,
And
so
she
it is.
she like opens
It
the
is
door.
It is in the common language, though, so we can read
Yeah,
that. So.
it's in the common
Okay.
language. And she opens the door, and
Okay.
you see that the inside is pretty modest for what looks to be an inn
Mhm.
or a tavern of some sort. There's a couple of people huddled together on one table. There's like 2 tables that are free. There's a single person sitting on like what looks like a little stool or a kind of like chair by themselves, smoking a pipe and just eyeing you and
Are they
as
all
you.
in the dark, or is this?
They are
or-
all in the dark except for like a single, like a small little grouping of candles on each table
Okay.
that barely just light up the faces enough so you
Yeah,
can like see
okay.
who you're talking to.
Okay.
But yeah, she kind of like puts you inside and she says, "Well, come on in. My name's Cora Mulfoon. This here is the Buried Treasures and my inn. Can I bring you anything? Anything in particular?"
Oh, something warm. If you have a soup, tea, or something. Here, my friend Fosco here definitely has to warm up, and I wouldn't mind a bowl myself. And if I look around my traveling companions, probably the same.
Yeah.
Well,
around
I
the
can
Oh,
maybe I can warm up a cup of chowder for you folks
Oh,
if
perfect.
you
Perfect.
would have something like that. Or other than that,
Perfect,
we
yes.
currently only have some tea or a pint of local ale,
Oh.
but that doesn't taste as good warmed up, of course.
No.
Soup and
Looking
ale.
over to Freon, I don't think he's a friend of tea. Tea,
Oh,
Freon,
I do
or
like.
ale?
Oh, we
I look
also have
chai
some
rather than the
spirits.
warm ale.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I'm not warming up any ale. That would be like bad
No,
for
no.
business. But
Okay, no.
I'll bring you a jug of tea, and I'll be with you in a second. Just make yourselves at home. And she like
Nice.
immediately
Okay.
waddles off. Where are you, Tiala?
Yeah, I squeezed in through the
As
door.
an
As
eagle?
a bird?
You're gonna scare
Yeah.
the shit out of
No.
everybody.
As an eagle.
Yep.
Don't break
Giant
anything.
eagle.
Okay. So outside, the eagle lands
Kathunk.
like a patump,
Yeah.
and tries to like scream in immediately. There's like shouts from
Yeah.
the what looks like drunk people, or at least they have had their
I'm-
share already.
I'm gonna
Or, like,
shout,
screaming.
Tiala, change.
No, not here. You don't know how these people
Outside.
are.
Change outside.
And
Hide.
you also hear like some glass splattering as Cora just like turns around and looks at the
God.
giant eagle, and you see that at least two of these people on the one table are starting to pull out daggers.
No, don't. She's with us. It's a harmless bird.
She's
Um,
with you.
I'll take care of it. Putting Fosco
Get
down
that
and
beast out of here.
yeah, I'll take care of it. So I go put Fosco down on a chair and go out to talk to Tiala and to get her kind of take her beak or something and kind of
Shove
push
her
her
out the
out
door
and just kind of whisper into the ear, you have to change. People are gonna go crazy. I hope she understands me.
Yes, I can
Yeah, she does.
understand
Okay.
you.
So we
So
have
the
to go.
milk runs,
Yeah.
goes
so we-
back outside,
Yeah,
hides,
I-
and turns back
I-
into
I-
Tiala.
I close
Alright.
the door and then come back in with Tiala.
Yeah, as
Okay,
as you,
taken care of. She's gone. It was a pet bird we had, but it's okay. She's harmless. She's just guarding outside.
make a deception check,
Yeah.
Branwolf.
Why do you always do this?
What? I always do this?
No, why does she always do this? Same thing in Saltmarsh.
Yes, I know. She always goes in full regalia. Deception. With my
Deception.
charisma. That's a 12.
Oh, and now we need to wipe out a village again.
No, we
man.
don't.
Yeah, you see the tallest one who like puts back the dagger. Mm-hmm. Pet eagle, my ass, whatever. And he like turns around and takes another swig of his pint, and they all start like mumbling and hushing and always. You see, like they are staring daggers at your group, like always looking around,
Hey,
back over at the table where you guys are sitting.
Branwolf?
Yeah.
Branwolf, you have your stack of gold, right?
Oh yes.
What
Now
about ordering
I'm rich again.
a round of ale?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, you see Cora by this point. She puts down like this huge, like 2 pots of like freshly brewed tea, and also like a bottle of spirits.
Oh, yes.
Just in case anybody wants something else.
Yeah. Cora, why don't you give a bottle of your spirits and a round of ale on I'll pay for it on our account, and just tell them we're sorry. This was a big misunderstanding. Which I mean, there's no
Sure.
danger of the
Sure,
evil.
yes. I mean, to be
let the
honest,
gentleman
it's-
know that this is this is on us. And
All right. Hey, boys! The spirit and the ale's on them! They like all turn around. And they just
sorry
like,
about big misunderstanding.
they just like
Everything's well.
nod at you.
Yeah. We kind of
And they turn around again, and now they stop like staring at you, but they just like keep hushing to themselves. And Cora
Yeah, well,
brings out the
that's-
stuff, and she also like
that's gonna
puts
happen.
down about 5 cups of like chowder
Oh yes,
Um,
that's good.
to each of you. Well, take your time, eat, and If you need anything else, just call my name. I'm sorry
Yeah.
if it's taken maybe like a little long sometimes.
No, we're very
I'm-
happy and glad.
Usually my son helps, but he's not here.
If you have a minute's time, can you just fill us in? Because, like I said, we are travelers. We're new to the area. We don't know anything of the sacrifice or anything. If you can just
Have you
explain.
never been to Bremen before?
No, we're
So-
absolutely new to Bremen.
Where did you guys come from then? You said you were travelers.
Yeah, we were travelers, and we came through a portal. It's
Way down south. We're coming from way down south.
Way
Just
down
tell
south.
Branwolf before he starts
Yeah.
talking too
Yeah,
much.
But the 10 trail leading south, that's been like caved in for about 2 years or so. And
Oh
the
no,
name-
there's this way around, if you cross that one pass
We do have the eagle as well, so
as
you,
well.
Yeah, that's why we
Freon,
had that eagle.
Make a quick history check with advantage.
That worked well before.
Because
right?
the name 10 Trail might spike some memory.
13.
13. You know that the 10 Trail is a trader's path that leads from your hometown, Kadath, down south towards like along inside the Barren Mountains, and it is the only like passable route that is being used frequently to reach Icewind Dale. And you know that 10 Trail, basically the name comes from the name 10 Towns, which is most likely, you haven't been there, but you know that 10 Towns is like a small little region made up of 10 towns, 10 different towns in Icewind Dale. So you're saying you found a way around the 10 Trail then?
Yes, it was a bit of a struggle though.
That's
But we
interesting.
have
We
the
haven't had any.
giant eagles, so
Yeah.
So you flew in.
Yes.
kind of.
Interesting. Well, I might be back, maybe bothering you. I don't want to bother you with too many questions. That might
No,
be
we
rude,
have all
but,
kinds of questions ourselves.
Well,
About,
welcome to the town of Bremen, then. Welcome to 10 Towns, if this is the first of the towns you've ever visited in 10 Towns.
Why is everything held in darkness? Because this is also new to us. So you said something about a sacrifice. Are you a fear of something?
This is, for us, it's just like any other day. Gruesome day here in 10 Towns in Icewind Dale. We have howling wind and bitter cold, foul tempers, and snow drifts big enough to bury a herd of moose. But this has started 2 days ago when Auriel the Frost Maiden returned to this region. And for some reason, she has been keeping Icewind Dale in her frosty, winterish grip. And we have been trying to, we thought that when this happened 2 years ago, it would pass after winter, but then summer came and it didn't. So our town speakers and elders have decided that each town in their own way will have to prepare and provide sacrifices, and we can't, some of the 10 towns, she kind of like leans in and getting a little bit quietly, some of the other towns, they sacrifice people. But we can't, like, our town speaker was against that from the very beginning. Others sacrifice food, of course, but we're just a humble little fisher
Who do they
village.
sacrifice it to, or how is it sacrificed? Is
To
it laid
Auriel,
out?
the Frost Maiden.
Does she pick it up then herself, or does she send?
No, she's a goddess, the goddess of everlasting winter.
Mm-hmm.
She manifests in all kinds of things, in the beauty of ice, but also the bitter harsh and coldness that is winter.
is there a temple nearby?
What do you mean, a temple nearby?
Temple
I mean, how
to Auriel.
for Auriel? How If we would,
No,
if we wanna,
we
if-
in Bremen ourselves, we sacrifice warmth, and that is why on each new moon we do not light any lamps or torches.
okay.
That's what I've been
Oh.
trying to. I didn't want you
It's okay.
angering the Frost Maiden.
No, I
walking down the
understand.
path with your torch
Yeah,
like that,
I understand.
Apologize.
Yes.
like a
We don't
beacon of
wanna
light
anger
in
them.
this darkness.
Okay.
But I mean, the question that everybody's asking, just as you are now, is of course, will summer ever return to Icewind Dale? However, as if that's not enough, sorry, I just get talking here, but as that's not enough, we've heard of recent a series of killings in 10 towns as well. For first, the people were asking if summer's ever going to return. Now they're all afraid, asking if they're going to be the killer's next victim. And nothing breeds fear and paranoia like a murderer with no face. It says that there's been 3 cold-blooded murders that have been committed in the past month.
Is it a beast or is it something?
I don't. From what I was able to gather, it wasn't a beast, but all I know is that each victim, they were found with a dagger of ice straight through the heart.
Okay.
But I don't want to bring you down with any of the
No. It's very interesting. It's very interesting.
So
We want to
you
make
go
sure
ahead,
that we.
and I am sure you have
Okay.
lots of planning to do and talk about, and you
Okay.
just warm up. If you need any rooms, just call my name.
That's a good idea.
I'm
Yes,
going
we
to
would.
try and tend to everybody here. If anything is out of the ordinary, if something's not to your
It's
liking,
fine.
please
You let us
come to me.
know what it costs, darling. We definitely have good
I
coin
will
for
put it
you.
on your tab. Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yes, we'll definitely need rooms for the night because we all have to rest up.
Yeah. All of you make a perception check as she waddles away, tending to the other table.
Are they small fat people? Is that what they are? Because they're all waddling, or is that from the clothing?
Make a perception check. I mean, for Cora Mulfoon, seems to might be like a slender lady down beneath, but she just has like
all that clothing.
all of this clothing. Yeah,
Okay.
it's hard to tell.
So let me see.
I'm focusing on eating. I've got a 5.
Yeah, oh man, that chowder is just the right thing. You feel you feel it like dripping down into your stomach and heating you from within. Your fingers are slowly like losing their numbness.
Oh, very good. I got a 21.
21.
Yes.
I have a 25.
We're also very wise.
25. And Tiala has a 30?
Wow.
Jesus, what?
All right. You all see, I mean, the other two, both Eleni and Fosco, they are like also munching that chowder and just warming up with that tea.
That's
good. You see that it's a small little group. There's partly humans, some dwarves here as well. What you do notice is that sitting in that dark corner is a figure that kind of looks like an elderly dwarven lass with a nasty scar across her nose, kind of like puffing a pipe. And she's been just smoking on her pipe and eyeing you ever since you walked in. But yeah, as you sit there, gathering your thoughts and gathering some warmth, what is it you want to do?
I'm going to take up my pipe, and it's a good idea. Have some of my smoke bark, a good halfling.
You see that Fosco also picks up the word and says, "Well, now that we're like warmed up a little, I just wanted to say thank you because we weren't able to do that before just now. You must have been gone quite through an ordeal to find us."
It was an adventure, yes.
Hell and back. Yeah.
But we also made lots of experience on the way, and I believe even picked up one or two things worthwhile. So
I just hope that whatever is going on in Avernus, that Alder Ravengard will be able to save the other survivors.
yeah, well,
But I do want
Our main concern really was you. We wanted to find Alton's parents, and that's
I do.
why
Yes, I do want to.
that was our main
Thank you for
concern.
taking that as your quest and making sure we're safe. And Elenia also like just has this warm smile on her face, looking at you, Blackwater.
Have you ever heard of Bremen? Because since you're,
I have no idea where we are.
Because
We're from Dread Parish Isle.
we're definitely far away from Dread Parish Isle, but I have no idea.
I mean, what is it? I mean, I don't know what we are going to do, but now that you've found us, what is it that you're going to do?
I'm gonna take you home.
That probably was the main interest of Alton.
Yeah.
I believe Freon was still interested in returning to Dread Parish Isle. Or was that taken care of?
Yeah, that might be interesting. On the other hand, we are quite close to another place I would like to visit. Maybe.
Does anybody know where we are?
I have no idea of
maps. Do I know where we are now? Yes.
Bremen?
I mean, yeah, she told you about Icewind Dale, and you know
Icewind Dale.
Let me bring up the world map.
Yeah, I was about to say
that would be
map.
very nice. Yes. Why don't you bring up a map for us? That would be very nice.
So you're currently here where your party token is.
Okay.
This is basically Icewind Dale, and Icewind Dale is to be known about. Hang on.
Can we zoom out, or do you have to do that?
What do you mean zoom out? You can
I want to make it smaller.
You can zoom out yourself.
Yeah, because at the moment I just see Kadath in our thing.
Yeah, but basically to the right of Kadath, that's where this over here is where Icewind Dale is. Where your token is.
Is this a new map?
What do you mean? It's our world map of Revelia.
Yeah, but there are so many towns I've never seen before. They are not on my map.
I keep updating it.
Okay.
What you know, Freon, is that Icewind Dale is like just basically on the south of the Icefell Peaks, on the edge of like the spine of the world, as they call it, which are the Barren Mountains to the south. And you know that there's this road, the Tent Trail leading. That's the only road leading through these treacherous like mountains all the way. The only like, so to speak, like trading route between Kadath and the 10 towns of Icewind Dale. You know that there's like a lake called the Sea of Moving Ice to the north west of Icewind Dale, and we can actually, because what did you guys? Yeah, you do see that while you're basically just mumbling and grumbling about yourself, that Cora comes back with this like parchment towards you guys, and she just like makes a little space and help me make a little space on the table, because this might maybe help you along in finding your way around and see where you are. And she opens this map of what looks like a map in itself of Icewind Dale, which is over here. And you are currently up here in Bremen.
It is all dark.
It is so
yes,
black.
hang on. That might be again because of the token vision thing.
No, it's dark because we're in the night of the.
There you go.
of the.
Should see something now.
There we go. Yes.
So yeah, you are right now over here in Bremen. And you see that there's this in the northwest, this large it's like always been debated if it's like just the hugest lake in Revelia or it's sea in itself, but people call it the Sea of Moving Ice. And that also connects like parts of the Icefell Peaks with the outermost reaches of a region near Kadath, but this is like also an impassable frosty landscape where no ships could like do their trade. So that's why people use the 10 trail to the south. But there's not much trade going on between Icewind Dale. I mean, there's never been much trade going on, but it's just purely to get resources to Icewind Dale for the 10 towners themselves. However, as Cora said it, for 2 years, the road has been impassable.
Why does Tourmaline ring a bell? Do we have something
I
to
don't know.
do with Tourmaline, from Tourmaline?
You don't know anything about Tourmaline.
No, I wouldn't, but I thought, or have we heard it before, or somebody say something with Tourmaline?
Yeah, and so Cora just puts this down for you and says, "Well, I'll leave you to it then now. No more disturbances." And she waddles away again.
Okay.
Can we keep the map?
Can we buy
Or
the
do you
map?
want it back?
Well, you could buy it, sure.
Put it on the tab, Cora. Put it on the tab.
All right, I shall do that. Cheers. And she leaves
Cheers.
again.
So we're stuck in a icy hell with a goddess who wants to have sacrifices, and at the same time, there's a murderer with an ice pick murderer running through the town.
Well, you think the goddess thing
What?
is actually true?
Have you heard anything about that goddess before? Like, from our knowledge about the pantheon, any of us?
You can all make a religion check.
Yeah,
Brad,
because
you
I don't
can
know.
do it with
Auriel
advantage.
and I don't know shit.
Actually,
No, you can do it with
critical.
advantage, Ranwolf.
With advantage?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a 20 in total.
Yeah, 12.
13.
Even with advantage,
What was it? History?
Brandwolf? No, religion.
Oh, religion.
Yep. And Brandwolf with
Advantage means
advantage,
a
you
better-
roll another d20 and you
No,
take
wait
the
a minute.
better one.
Okay. Oh. Well, that's a natural 20, so I guess that's a better one.
All right.
Yeah.
What
I
all
also
of you know
rolled
is
a
that
natural 20.
what
Two.
all of you know is that Auriel rings a name in the Skilfing pantheon
There we go.
of gods. And that's also where Branwolf, you kind of get it back, like thinking about you've never been the most religious one, but you know in general that the Skilfings, they worship like the first family, which is made up of all of these different like higher gods and lesser gods, and is more or less this kind of like this more or less perfect family of, you have like a grandfather, which is like Tyr the ancient, you have Odin the father, Heimdall the brother, Frigga the mother, and then there's like all of these children from both Odin and Frigga. And something rings a mind though with Auriel for you, because you know that she was aligned with one of the lesser gods, both Baldur and Aegir of the first family. And there are tales of the Skilfing about both of the brothers that have wrought like terrible destruction together with her, inspiring fear that compelled tribute to hold their power at bay. And the problem was, there's the story about Aegir, the king, being the king of the Wrathful Sea, grew to despise the enduring nature of the ice and snow that Auriel always created. And he seethed when Auriel's frigid cold transformed his like chaotic, unpredictable tides into rigid, motionless sheets of ice. And he then persuaded his brother Baldur, who, even though a lover of art himself, thought that Auriel's power was going too far, because it's told that Auriel tries to preserve beauty and everything that she loves into this like everlasting ice in winter to keep it for all eternity. So they more or less have, there's been a couple of events, but they more or less have basically exiled her or expelled her from their doings, more or less to this region where she like took refuge in Icewind Dale. And ever since, there was like an event called the Sundering that kind of like reshaped the world as it is into the Second Age, as you guys know it, because you're currently the Third Age. The Second Age was more or less this time of cultures and civilizations, and before, basically the gods were walking the earth, but after the Sundering, most of the gods withdrew from Revelia, leaving the mortals to govern their own fates without their meddling. But the Frost Maiden herself, she couldn't like stay away for long, so she returned to her icy realm in the far north, which is nowadays called Icewind Dale.
Yeah, we are just east of the Skilfing lands too, if I remember correctly. It's a.
I mean, it's far east.
It's far
yeah,
east.
It's far away
east, but I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay. So, what shall we do?
So what's the fastest
Sleep.
way to Salt Marsh?
To Salt Marsh, you'd have to get
Teleport,
back in a
probably.
boat. And the next port, if we can jump back to the other map.
Well, we do have some mountains to the east of us, I believe.
Yeah.
Or we are in the mountains, basically.
Yeah, I mean, we are. There's not a port in sight. I mean,
Yeah.
even this icy sea, I don't think we can get through there with any kind of boat. And
Well,
even
maybe
then,
if we're lucky, there's some temple around here, or some,
yeah, that would.
I don't know, some mage that could send us
Yeah,
back
back on our way.
Yeah, Freon, you said you might want to do something else here. What were you talking about?
Not in Icewind Dale, no, but maybe in Kadath. Although I'm not quite sure I want to go there.
Why not?
You've been to Kadath before?
I think, weren't we all?
Yeah, weren't we all?
Yeah, we weren't.
Not me.
Nope.
What happened
Oh.
in Kadath?
No?
Could
Nothing.
be that
Well,
And things.
yeah, I think. Yeah, it could be that we met Blackwater afterwards. Yeah.
No,
What
none
was
of you have been
Kadath?
to Kadath
Yeah.
other than Freon.
Exactly.
Well, we haven't been. Only Freon's been to Kadath. Okay.
Have I? I don't recall.
Okay.
So you've never been to Kadath?
No, but I've heard stories.
Okay.
What kind of stories? So
Weird stories.
Okay. So you just don't want to go there.
It will chill your spine.
Well, we might need to.
Need to? How so?
Well, not we, but maybe I need to.
He's being
Why?
he's being mysterious.
What are you
again.
talking about?
Puff puff.
Are you gonna pull a Freon or are you gonna explain something here?
He's pulling a Freon. Yeah, he's being mysterious again.
Well, you remember that woman we talked to in Saltmarsh, right? In Dread Parish Isle.
The old lady.
The old lady, yes.
Yes.
You promised her something in exchange for
yes.
someone.
At this
That's
moment,
true.
like Eleni's eyes light up and she like stares coldly at you, Freon. What did you promise her?
None of your business. No concern of yours.
I'm just saying I've done a deal with a hag myself, and it didn't really end that well.
Yeah, that's why we're all here.
That's what we're all here in Kadir, isn't?
She doesn't
I mean, there
remember. That's fine.
might be a reason. Maybe if it indeed was her and she was meddling with the whole affair, maybe she put us here for some reason. I think if there is a reason and you might know why, maybe you would care to share it. Don't you think that?
Well, everyone was there.
Well, me and Fosco weren't. What happened? What
Well-
did you guys do?
Last time you had something to do with this whole thing, things just went completely wrong, so I think it's best for you to stay away from it.
But I deserve to know why I was put here in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
no?
sure. We will tell you after this whole situation is solved, alright?
Oh yeah, you're really
She-
great with
she-
your parents.
Yeah, she just
Yeah.
looks at you and the rest of the group and just like stares down to her chowder again.
I mean,
It's not how you treat your parents,
Yeah.
Blackwater.
No
Hey.
respect, you little shit.
that's how they brought me up. That's how they get it back, alright?
Listen to your friends, Alton. And she kind of like leans forward, like also staring at you, Alton, deep in the eyes. I have done a deal with the hag myself, and things went south. People died, lots of them. If you guys have done any form of other deal, and that is the reason why me, my husband, and you, my son, are here in the middle of nowhere in a frigid, cursed, whatever region in everlasting winter, I would like to know.
Listen to the mama.
So
Now,
what?
hold on,
did
little
you-
lady. We're not here because of some promise. We're here because we were following you.
And I'm very thankful for that.
Good.
But-
Then let's just leave it at that, and listen to your son.
So what are you saying, Alton?
It's a complicated situation.
Well, you know
We
what?
will fix it.
Fosco and me, we will
Yeah.
go get a room and leave you to talk because it seems that maybe you folks have a lot to talk about. And we
I
will
kinda-
hopefully
I
see
kind
you
of-
tomorrow
I kinda-
morning.
I kind of pat her hand and say, Eleni, it's lots of complications, but don't worry about it. All will be well. You know, we helped Alton so far. Alton has helped us. We're a good troop, and your son is in good hands. And he was raised well. He has good parents, and we're glad we found you. But it's so complicated. We will explain. We don't have any secrets, but this is just
We don't get
at
it
the moment,
ourselves.
very,
That is-
very
Entirely.
complicated.
That is fine. Well,
Yeah.
Fosco and me, we will retire for the night and we'll say good night.
Good night. You sleep
And-
well, dear.
And both of them kind of huddle over to Cora and then shortly after make their way up a set of stairs in the back.
The big hairy barbarian has to smooth things out with his
Leaving-
charm. My
Leaving
God.
you four now at the table with 3 little candles burning,
Yeah.
some empty cups of chowder, some hot tea.
Hey,
We need
if it
beds
were
because we
your
need a long rest.
if it were your parents, you would also try to keep them away from this situation, right?
I completely agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
If it were my parents, I'd be very surprised because the last
I
thing
know,
I remember
I know. You
is
know
my
what
mother,
I mean.
my mother tearing a spear out of my dead father's body
You know
to
what I
kill
mean.
off orcs. But yes, I know. I would.
Yeah, at this
Something
moment, there's
totally
also, like,
different. We
a-
definitely need a long rest, and
There's
we
a-
all have to rest
Oh,
up. So
God,
we're
yes.
going to have to
Yeah.
get beds.
There's a big burly guy from the table over who kind of like slowly wanks over to you, then sort of like leans on Brandwolf, and you already can hear, can like
Oh, he
smell,
smell,
the
yeah.
alcohol from his
Right.
breath, and he's like,
Right.
are you some adventuring folk?
Have a seat and don't breathe on me. Yes, we're adventuring.
Oh,
folks.
sorry. And he sits down.
Sorry.
on one of the empty chairs where Fosco just sat next to you.
Yeah.
I was just
You-
wondering because you had like this weird big pet outside and seemed like some strong folks. We have a local fisher here who's been having some problems, and he apparently, if you're in the market for some good money, maybe you'll want to pay him a visit because he has a problem, and you folk look like problem fixers to me.
We're not really fishermen, though. But I don't know if he's looking for
He
fishermen.
doesn't need fishermen. It's more of a At least he's been here last night talking to a bunch of half elves of what they looked like. Far too skinny, not enough stuff on them to keep them warm from the cold. But he said he was looking for fishers, but I've been talking to some folks, and he's not looking for fishers. There's something weird going on in Lake Mare Doldon over yonder, next to the port. Apparently, some fishers been attacked or something, from what I could hear. But like I say, I'm just wondering if you guys wanted to make some money. I've just been hearing some things.
I'm sorry.
Lots of strange stuff going on in 10 towns.
What was
where,
that?
where would we find this fisher? Is he?
I was down in the port.
Okay, well, we can
All
probably
right.
find him in the morning.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
It's not like anybody's fishing tonight.
Have Cora. Thanks for the info. Have Cora give you an ale on my tab. Okay.
I've already had 3 on your tab, buddy. It's fine.
Well, then
Thanks.
make it 4. Make it 4. You'll have a good night's sleep.
Sure. And if you
Kinda-
need any other gossip or stuff, people...
Kind of patting him on the shoulder, turning him around, and kind of like, yeah, you have a good night.
He just keeps yapping. Like, and if you need anything, just come to good old Rag over here. And
Okay, Rag, you hang
I
in
might
there.
just tell you some stuff about things out here and such.
Always good to have an informant.
Yeah. Hey, what's her name? He shouts from the other side of the room.
Run
I'm Bungo the Great.
Bungo. All right.
Bungo. Yeah.
Listen, folks, this is Bungo. He's a real cool guy. Drinks are on him, by the way. And
Bungo pays for everyone tonight.
he sits down with the rest of his group again.
Bungo's gonna have a tab.
That's how we lost 4,000 gold in one night.
Yeah, but we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
We're good. I'm back. I got my normal pants on and everything. I got money again. You know, I'm not the undead poor man.
Papa Bravo has got it covered. Beautiful.
Yeah, I got everything covered. I'd like to kind of wave Cora over and see that we can get rooms for the night. I guess she already fixed up Fosco and
Oprah, yeah.
Yeah, and just we can get some, because we definitely need a good night's sleep. And have you heard of a fisherman who lives down near the port, and because he seems to be looking for help or for adventures, according to Rag over there, or is he just is that just the ale talking?
Oh well, with him. It's always the ale talking, but yeah. Well, I've heard some things about last night. Grinsk Barrel Boar. He's been here asking people to help him with sort of a fishing problem, of what I could hear.
Oh, so this has nothing to do, or do you think, with these murders that were going on? Because he said something that they were.
I'm not sure. I mean, the thing about the murders. Who knows? I don't really have since my son left. I have to do everything myself. I don't have time to daydream and think.
Where
about
did your son leave to? Where was he? Was he supposed to come back, or is he missing, or?
Well, usually Huarwar, that was his name. Is his name. Gods, I hope. He used to help with the inn until like 2 months ago. But I don't want to bother you with my problems.
No, but just maybe that if we're going out adventuring, keep our eyes open or something. Maybe something that maybe we can find him or help him or something if it's on the way. Yeah. So, so
I mean,
okay.
Our town speaker, Dorbelgruff Shaleskar. He's like this. He's an older dwarf, and usually he likes to wander around the region. And there was a blizzard one afternoon, and he went missing. And Huarwar was part of the search party that brought him back safe and sound. But from what he and the others, the search party, told me, was that he got separated and didn't find his way home until the following morning, that is, because I was up all night worried sick, seeing the others come in and him being not there. And I don't know, do you have children? You know how it is with parents when they are afraid for their child. But he did come home. He had frostbite and could barely walk, but I pepped him up, and it's just over the next few days he displayed a meanness towards me that was very uncharacteristic for him. And this change in his demeanor started shortly after because as I was tending to him and he was sleeping, I found what looked like a shard of black ice. I've never seen something like that. I found it up in his room, and he immediately turned around and snatched it away, and he threatened me that he's going to hurt me if I ever touched it again. And the next day he was better, but it was also the day when there was 2 tieflings, a male and a female, that arrived here at our inn, and they offered him sanctuary in their castle, and he just left with them like that, willingly taking the shard with him and telling me that he would never return. And I just hope that maybe I'll see him again. I mean, I can't I tried to scream for him to come back, but he just went off with them. And the weird thing is that those tieflings, they looked a bit weird. They wore what looked like amulets that looked much like that shard in Hurvard's procession. But I miss him terribly, and I hope that he's just fine and still alive. I do know that one of the tieflings, they mentioned like a castle. But there's only 2 castles in 10 towns.
I was gonna say, where would there be a castle around
there's 2 in 10 towns that maybe he could have meant. One's in Caer Dineval. That one's intact, and there's like a ruined one in Caer Konig. But yes, I mean, I have to. If you by some chance make it to one of these castles, maybe, and if you find my Hurvar,
What was the second name of the castle?
Caer
Like the name of
Dineval.
She marked it on our map.
Ah,
So
okay.
It's
yeah,
to
that's
the
the
east.
only 2 castles that I know of that maybe they could have meant.
It's to the east. The one you reach to the Dwarven Valley, and the other one seems to be over the east way. Okay. Well, that's good to know, Cora. That's definitely maybe.
I mean, but still the thing is, like, with these blizzards going on, people rarely make the trek from one town to the next. Every so often we have small little groups arriving here and there, but there's lots of strange stuff happening.
I mean, it does take time to get from one town to another. I mean, like, we're here in Bremen. The next town over, I guess, is Targos, and then Bryn Shander. Is that about how far apart are your towns? So, like, how far would it be to Targos if we decide to go to Targos?
I think there's like a measure thingy on
there's
the
a measure
bottom.
thing on the map as well.
Oh,
Targos is just like a couple hours away. You can get there.
Okay, so we're looking about 1 hour and another. So probably a good day's, if the weather doesn't keep us away, would be a good day's.
Yes, the problem is that the snows,
East Haven.
The paths themselves are often overblown with snow, and when blizzards are wreaking havoc. And I mean, you folks, if you want to make it to like another town, you better stock up on good winter clothes.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we have to, because the only way to get to those castles is probably go from town to town. That's the only way.
How do you survive here in Icewind Dale if all the trade routes are shut down
and nothing grows? And how do you get your food?
Mostly fish. We do have some skilled hunters that venture out, and some bring back moose or other wild beasts from the mountains and the ice plains. But mostly, I mean, we here and also a Tourmaline, we are very proud to be have settled together also with Lonelywood on Mare Dualdon. So we live off the fisheries that we have.
Do you have elks here?
Oh yes, big ones.
Giant ones?
Well, there's there's stories of like a couple of giant ones. I've heard a story about up in Lonelywood, people saw a dreaded, what they called like a white moose. It was a giant beast of a creature that apparently attacked loggers and trappers on sight. And even the town's best hunters can't seem to catch or kill the beast. I'm sure they could use some help if you are a skilled huntress, milady.
We have. It looks like you could leave a lot of people need help. You have hunters and fishers and.
Oh, 10 towns always needs help with all
Yeah.
the stuff that's going on, and
So
now
we
with the
got
killings as well. I
a
mean,
lot to do.
I don't have
a lot
time
of
to
everything.
investigate, but I'm sure there are those that might have the skills or the money to be
Yeah.
able to pay, of
Yeah.
course.
Where did the killings happen? Here in Bremen as well?
No, not here in Bremen. I mean, I'm not quite sure. I think there was one in East Haven, but you might ask around the other folk.
Mhm.
They might know a bit more.
And it was always with an ice dagger. I wonder if it was also a black ice or if it just like a shard. Trying to think if it has to do with each other, this whole
Frion,
whole
you
evil.
see now at this point again the single person sitting in the corner just eyeing you,
The dwarven
and
lady.
the dwarven lady kind of like giving you a sign with two fingers
Hey.
to come closer.
Hey, Freon.
Me?
Yeah. Well, you
And she just nods.
hairy little women.
Yeah, that's normally your.
Yeah, I
Sort
know.
of
It's normal, isn't it? Let me get. Make it. I think she wants something. You want to do a
Yeah,
threesome?
I'll get up and saunter over to her.
Yeah, let me know if you need some help. No heavy lifting tonight.
Eat your chowder, please. Jesus.
Eat your chowder, please.
Oh,
We
Yeah,
should really get him one of those dirty books again.
okay,
Yeah, I need my
See,
dirty
you
Just
books
to keep
again.
him quiet.
Terrible.
You see, getting closer to the woman, that there's like a large battle axe that's resting against the table, and another like hand axe lying on the table. She seems old. She has like this wavy kind of long but very grain, probably maybe once black hair, but now like very in large parts gray, with these little golden trinkets woven in as well. And she bids you to come over. And do you sit down?
Do I know her? No.
No, you've
Okay.
never seen her.
Yeah, then I'll sit down carefully.
And she kind of like eyes you with a very interesting eye. And she says, "So, new arrivals here in Bremen, or 10 towns for that matter?"
Seems like it.
You seem like a curious bunch. Who are your friends?
Oh, just people I travel with.
My name's Hlyn. Hlyn Trollbane, they call me. May I ask your name, sir?
I'm Fosco.
oi.
Fosco. That's a very undwarven name.
So it's grumpy.
So, I don't want to prod you and ask where you come from, because it's obvious you want to keep that close. But I've overheard a bit of the talk that you and Miss Mulfoon were talking about the series of killings. So you've already been informed then of what's
Well,
happening here in 10 towns.
She seems to be quite talkative.
Well, she would be a bad innkeep if she weren't, no?
True, yes. Why are you
Well-
interested in the killings?
Well, I'm what you would call maybe like a bounty hunter, but I've settled here in 10 towns years ago, and I'm quite happy, and I'm old, and I did not want to spend the rest of my old brittle age chasing after goons and other buffoons. But call it out of boredom and maybe a sense of moral decency, I've taken it upon myself to investigate these murders because it seems nobody else is, not even the Council of the Speakers here in 10 towns. They can't be bothered. But you seem like a young and energetic bunch, and I have lots of money. So maybe we could come to some sort of an agreement. I know a little bit of more information I could give you on the way for this investigation. A little bit of more scraps of clues that I was able to gather talking to some locals or beating it out of one.
Do you have anything else to offer than money?
What are you interested in, sir?
Just ignore my dirty mind. I don't hear anything of this.
Nope, this is just for you.
That's just Freon, yeah. Brandon was going, well,
Eat your food. God
I'll
damn.
do it. I'll do her.
Oh god.
Any
Oh,
magical?
I don't know, actually. Oh no, did I not already show it? I only wanted to show like her picture. I don't know if that worked.
No.
Did something happen on your end in Foundry?
Nope.
Nope.
Interesting.
You want to scare Brown Wolf off?
No,
Yeah.
I wanted to
You never know.
just show you a.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work for some reason.
Put it in Discord.
Yeah, I will.
Something. Branwolf has something for the lonely
Yeah.
night.
Yeah. Something for the night.
Nope, that does work as well. Huh. So yeah, what are you interested in?
Well, I personally would be more interested in artifacts or other magical trinkets.
Well, 10 Towns isn't exactly the kind of location you just walk into you could walk into a museum for that matter. But there's many of frozen over ruins and other old and forgotten places around the place. Maybe we could come to some sort of agreement if I poke out my nose in other people's business and find out some things that might be of interest to you. Is it something
So-
specific you're looking for?
Second.
Yes.
Do I know how those parts look like? No.
The book that you had talked about, like certain parts, if they actually look like that, that's not really
Yeah.
known. They talked about
Yeah.
the horn, the
Yeah.
bite, and the gash.
Yes. And I know who has the horn.
Yes. You at least you guess you know who
Yes.
has the horn.
Yes.
That's at least the one that you already like came across in your research and stuff before.
But the horn is in Dread Parish Isle, isn't it? With the hag, right?
For now.
Okay.
Like Blackwater's face. This
I can't-
bastard dwarf never tells us anything!
I can't remember what you guys talked about and what you didn't.
Nothing. He says nothing.
use this moment of today's session, this moment of respite amongst yourselves to
I
exchange yourselves and plan ahead.
I don't want to ruin a potential date moment. I don't know if they're flirting or can I tell if they're flirting or talking about
Make
Tiamat?
an insight check.
Perfect. I am amazing at insight. And I asked Tiala, do you know what they're talking about?
Yeah, come on.
Can I
tell
hear
me.
them talking?
Are we talking Dwarvish? Or was she talking Dwarvish to me?
I'd understand, but I'm not close enough.
Yeah, that's a 0.
She started in common,
Oh, okay.
and she did like throw in some dwarvish in there to maybe just like try and prod. So if you've answered her in dwarvish, she would have switched. If that would be more, if you would want that. But she basically gave you the choice on how to continue in dwarvish or common.
Yeah, then I would have switched to Dwarvish just
Uh-huh.
in case. I don't know what the others. No, I don't know. I don't know what she really wanted from me.
Yeah.
And there's other humans that Branwolf was quite talkative to already.
My insight check gave a 0. Tiala, please, for the love of God, tell me you hear something.
You see,
Yeah, can I see if I hear something? Like read lips or anything?
well, do you want to like try and perceive something, or do you want to check what's going on with your insight to try and see what they're doing?
Both.
Well, your choice: perception or insight. What you gonna
Well,
roll for?
perception then, I
Okay.
guess.
So make a perception check.
19?
19. Do you speak Dwarvish?
No. But I could have heard the beginning.
Yeah,
So
the beginning was a nice little exchange of, getting to know each other. And then after she talked about the series of killings, and then Freon switched to Dwarvish in her as well.
I think they are hiding something.
Yeah,
They
of
speak
course.
in Dwarvish.
Of course they're hiding something. It's Freon.
Yeah.
We should
Not-
really learn Dwarvish.
I speak Dwarvish. I
You
speak
have to teach us.
perfect Dwarvish. Yeah, I can teach you. But not
So, yeah,
tonight. I want to get to
Yeah,
bed.
is it something specific you're looking for? Or maybe something I should keep my eyes out for if we come to any sort of agreement?
Can I make an insight check on her? How much I would trust her?
Sure, yeah.
Gonna use my Kobold Skull to reroll that.
You're going to sleep. Hang on, when was the last time you used that Kobold Skull?
Hang on, check if it's marked.
Because, yeah, didn't you guys
You
use that
used it
recently?
last time, yeah.
You didn't sleep.
I used it at the battle against the Minotaurs thingies in
Yeah,
front
no,
of the
you
temple.
haven't slept since.
Oh, okay,
Not
then
yet.
I'm not using that.
What did you roll?
Then it's a 9 in
A
total.
9. She seems honest about who she is and why she's like doing this. What she meant, like a sense of moral decency, because nobody seems to, I don't know, have the heart to investigate these murders. But yeah, you can't tell if there's more to it or if that's all.
Let's leave it at that. We will look. You give us the information about the murder.
Oh no, yeah, Freon just died for me again.
Yep, froze.
Mhm.
But it was only for a couple of
murders.
Second. Okay, hang on, Freon.
Wait,
Okay.
wait a minute.
Yes,
Now do that
okay,
again because it
excellent.
froze for us for a
Now he's
sec.
back.
Yeah, you're back.
Now he's
You
back.
give us the information. That was the
About
last
the
thing.
murders, yeah.
Yeah, you give us the information about the murders. We will look into it. I mean, I can only speak for myself, of course.
Yeah, that seems very honorable.
And then we can see if we can come to an arrangement.
Well, I mean, I guess it's not going to cost me anything. And at least I know that somebody else is out there with that information. I know that so far, it's 3 cold-blooded murders that have been committed in a past month. It was a halfling trapper in East Haven, of what I was able to tell. A human shipbuilder in Targos, and 3 days ago only, a dwarven glassblower in Bryn Shander. And like Cora already said, each of them had a dagger of ice through the heart. And I still have a couple of other leads that I need to touch up upon, but maybe... I mean...
East Haven, Targus,
and Bryn Shander.
Bryn Shander.
But, yes, I will be here and bury treasures, and maybe if your way finds its way back to me, then perhaps we could exchange some more information on any of your findings.
All the info you have gathered so far?
That's all the connection I have. At least these are the 3 towns where the murders took place.
Do you know anything about the murder weapon? Anything more than it was a dagger of ice?
All of them had a dagger of ice to their heart, and it was more or less all of them had it from the front. So whatever it was, maybe it wasn't a killing that took place in a sneaky manner, but from the front, the victim was facing its murderer. I'm not sure, but maybe I have a feeling that perhaps all 3 places must have something in common. Maybe all 3 places, each of them having a murder taking place. Maybe there's some connection there, but so far it's eluding me. But I want to thank you, Sir Dwarf, for taking your time, speaking to this old bounty hunter, and perhaps we might be able to come to either an agreement or, in the most opportunistic sense, a solution to this murder mystery.
Yes, I can't make any promises, but if we find out anything, I will let you know.
You'll find me here in Buried Treasures, and she leans back and keeps smoking her pipe.
Well, then I nod and get up and get back to our table. What was her name again? Hilf?
Hlin.
Oh,
Hlin. Hlin Trollbane.
Fearing that we won't get an answer out of him, but I just kind of nod towards and say, "What was that about? Any leads or anything? Any
Got a new
information?"
girlfriend.
Jealous?
Yeah, always.
You should be. I tell them about that there's 3 murders have been happening.
Looking at the map,
that she's looking for some help in solving the case, or at least on some info in finding out more about.
Looking at the map, those things are close enough. Also, we could probably even maybe find more about the murders, and at the same time get closer to some of those castles. And I mean, we don't have to look for Cora's son, but this is just, there's so many things that we can do here in adventuring if we want to. But looking at Blackwater, I believe you just want to get your folks back home.
Hey, I just want to. No.
Yeah, you don't want to hang around Icewind Dale. But
I mean, this is not my kind of weather anyway, so I'd rather.
Yeah, well, I'm used to it from Skilfing lands are cold.
Maybe we should find out if there's a mage around here
That would be
that could
amazing.
teleport your parents back.
Hey, I
That's
have
good
no
question.
experience with this kind of thing. Freon, if you could help
Yeah.
me searching, that'd be amazing.
And since we'll be going to different things, maybe we can combine that. Check out the towns.
Yeah.
But I would say, I mean, I'm going to find myself a bed for the night and meet up with you in the morning over some breakfast and then see that we can get provisions and everything from Cora and see that we head out then.
How are you actually feeling?
I'm very
Are
tired.
you back to normal though?
No. Looking for my hit points, I've only got 21. That's why I definitely need a long rest.
I know that. I mean, you look like shit, but you were dead.
Yeah, well, I was dead, but from the feeling, I feel absolutely, beat up and tired, but not after any other thing. I feel very much alive. But I also have a feeling somehow this connection towards the Raven Queen is still there. I mean, the scars are still there. I still have this feeling of I still remember the voice. I heard her voice, and so.
Yeah, you see,
I
scars
guess
on,
I'm
on
alive.
your Grand Wolf. That it just seems like you're not sure if it was any different before, but you see across where the scars are, it seems like almost that right in that area, that's where feathers are sprouting, like these black, small little feathers from that skin.
So this seems
That's weird. I've never seen something like that.
That seems to be new. But then again,
maybe you should get that checked.
Yeah, I haven't washed in days, so maybe if I find some ice cold water or something, I can have a look at that.
Yeah, my parents can help you take a look at that as well.
Yeah, we can do that. But yeah, I'm gonna retire and see that I can get my hit points back.
Same.
And I'd say we meet up in the morning for breakfast.
Yes.
Perfect. And I'll settle all the tab and everything with Cora, but see that we get provisions and something. And if you want to, Freon, since Blackwater also wants to find a mage, we can check out the first town, which is probably the one closest to the east there.
We could just ask the innkeep. Maybe she knows.
She might also know if there's a mage here. That we also do that.
She's still here, right? Just
wave
her over.
Wave her over. Hello.
Yeah, she comes. Yes. Anything else that you are you already set on rooms? Do you want to sleep in the common room, or we have modest bedrooms as well for you?
I think we will take the modest bedrooms because
all right, no problem. Just some people prefer the common rooms with the body warmth of the others in cold nights such as this.
No,
but
I make my own warmth.
Yes, you do.
I understand.
Yes, you do.
If not, I can spoon with Freon. We've did it before.
I don't recall that.
You never did.
You don't have to.
You always did.
How many bedrooms would you need then?
I believe it's we already have.
Already are up in one.
Well, Fosca, then it would be 4 each of one for each.
Okay. Yes. It seems we still have 5 open.
Perfect.
Vacant. So I'll just put it on the tab, and you'll stay for the night then, or are
yes,
you just
not definitely for a night. And we plan on traveling on, but we do have 1 or 2 questions. Sure, my friend Freon, I know Blackwater was looking for Is there in town, or maybe on one of the other 10 towns, a mage of sorts, or a place where there might be a mage?
Well, we don't really have a. I mean, a mage. That's like a broad word. No, you mean like a procurer of any
any
or
it could also be maybe a good-hearted witch or something. You know, anything which has to do to who knows their way around magic and spells and
Teleportation.
or have you ever heard of portals or teleportation spells, or maybe an area where there might have been something like that
Well,
in legend?
I mean, we don't have anything anything here in Bremen for that matter. I don't think there's a single mage or an enchanter anywhere in all of 10 towns. We're quite a small group of settlements here in Icewind Dale. It's very rural. There's of course like the odd tale of a hag here and there, maybe in the wilds, but I don't know if that's exactly what you're looking for.
I don't think Eleni would go with a hag.
No, I don't
No.
think so. And the nearest ports, I mean, because you do have to. I mean, you have of course 10 towns, which they import and export and trade with each other. But do you import or even maybe also with sales or something with other towns or lands? Is there what would be the nearest port be if someone was trying to
We only
leave?
have our fishing docks that we use on our lake, on Mare Dualdon, for example. And
But that only goes out to the lake. It does not go further.
yes,
to the
there's,
east-
Yeah, it does
to the
not
eastern
connect
land.
to.
There's no connection to the
moving-
eastern land.
No. The only way
or-
out is usually even in summer. The Sea of Moving Ice is like a very dangerous. It's a very dangerous task to pass it up far to the
Yeah.
northeast. So there's no. I can't even recall the last time a ship has been sighted up there.
No river
but
or
now
something,
it's
yeah.
Impassable, and
Yeah.
for years it's only been the 10 trail leading south out through the mountain pass out of the Dale.
Where does the moving ice even lead to? Because Icewind Dale is like in the middle of the continent. There's no sea. So what the fuck is this moving ice?
Well, it's the locals here, we 10 towners call it the Sea of Moving Ice because it connects this part of the Icefell Peaks with the eastern outreaches of Eastacre, where the big dwarven capital of Kadath is. But it's been impassable for as long as I can remember.
And it's also no connection to the ocean, right?
No.
Yeah, okay.
It's what some folks might call maybe
A big sea.
the biggest lake in all of Revelia, but it's not really something we would call an ocean or a body of water.
Okay.
We have enough trout here in the lakes to suffice for us.
A life of sushi.
Well, I mean, you have to kind of understand that we 10 towners, we have always been settlers. We started as settlers and we have been surviving in Icewind Dale ever since. And we've had a good life. It has not been this winter for eternity. This is, like I said, started 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's when
So
everything...
So you used to also have
We've
fields
had
and crops,
summer,
and
even though they were cold, and I mean, for us, it might be a little bit of a blessing because usually the Mare Dualdon River would flood us in summer regularly when it would be pouring down heavily. Yes, no, it's been 2 years since we saw the sun. There's also, it doesn't really get day as well, because it's just this twilight made out of blizzards, and the night sky never really leaves us, so it's kind of more like a dusk feeling, so to speak. Some even say that, I don't know if you've seen it, but the aurora in the sky, some say that is actually can be seen after awry is weaving her spell to keep this dale frozen over every now and then at nights.
maybe we have to find a goddess to get us out of here. Who knows?
So, but what changed 2 years ago?
Well, it started all with winter, when winter came after summer, as it usually does, and then it. The thing was that usually around the time of April. Oh no, not April. I can't. I don't know my own names of the months. But usually around the time when the sun would reach us again, the snow wouldn't suffice. Instead, the nights became longer, the blizzards became heavier, and the beasts started acting strange as well. We've seen like exodus of birds and other animals in the area, and we have been kind of hoping that with the arrival of full summer in the mid-year, that the winter would maybe start to show signs of just vanishing. But it seems that for some reason, either us or somebody else has angered awry, or maybe the Frost Maiden has another sense or idea of what she wants to do with the place. But I mean, that's also 2 years ago when we decided to start with our sacrifices for the Frost Maiden to appease her and hope and pray that she will leave us be once more, that summer may return to these lands.
But that didn't seem to work.
And all the 10 towns sacrifice something
Exactly, yes.
each year.
That was no, each month. Once a
Each
month.
month. Yeah.
Yes, on each new moon. It's after two years ago was when our town speakers, when the council decided that there must be something done about this, and that we will try and appease the Frost Maiden.
But there hasn't been a change.
Well, it hasn't worsened, for sure, but we are. And she you see that she's kind of like reluctant to say anything bad about the Frost Maiden, maybe due to her belief or whatever.
It's her belief.
I mean, it hasn't been easy, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But we have been through worse. We made this region our own, and we've survived since. So, as long as there's another generation that comes after us and that can survive in these lands, then I guess we just must abide.
Oh, well.
What is Kelvin's cairn? Is it a mountain or?
Hang on a sec.
Isn't a cairn a burial site?
Yeah, usually is, but
I'm like
I need to change my map. Hang on. Kelvin's cairn. The cairn itself is, of what I've heard, some kind of like a mountainous mound of some sort, and I've heard that people in Targos, that was about 2 weeks ago, apparently there's another band of adventurers down there that are planning an expedition to the side of the cairn, if that might be interesting to you. They say that there's some sort of a Goliath lycanthrope roaming the area, and they want to basically, I don't know if they want to like hunt it or kill it, but maybe if you hurry, you could be part of the expedition that's planned up there.
But you yourself have no idea what it actually is.
No, it's just a place that people go to. I haven't been much outside of Bremen all my life, to be honest. I have everything here that I need, and I was quite happy until my Huavar left me.
Do you have enough provisions, be it water and dry fish or whatever, for us to stock up if we're going to head out to one or the other towns tomorrow morning?
I mean, sure, I can provide you with a bit. You can also maybe head into town to the 5 Tavern Center.
Oh,
and
that sounds good.
she kind of like shows you a little little map
yeah.
of Bremen
Okay.
as well.
Oh, yeah.
It's basically a circle of taverns and also shops owned by
That sounds good.
the same family. They say that it's been pulled up by 5 brothers.
You need to share it with a viewer account as well.
Yes.
Yeah, that sounds good that we do that in the morning when it's daylight again, or lighter.
Nope. I think you might have to zoom out. Everybody should be able to see stuff.
No, it's
Yes.
completely
No,
dark.
No, it's black.
I see something.
Even if you zoom out, are you sure?
Yeah,
I am.
yeah.
I'm zoom all the way out.
I can see the map. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's weird.
No, I'm zooming all the way out. No, everything is black. That's weird.
Stop moving it.
I'm trying to move it to get the people here, but apparently they don't see it.
No, I see 1, 2, 3, 5 spots and things jumping around.
Pull the party thing in here. I don't know if that changes anything, but probably not.
Nope. It's fine.
Nope. And I don't
It's fine.
know.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
it's
We'll have a
It's
look at it. We'll have a
fine.
look at it in the morning.
Exactly.
So, the barbarian definitely wants to get some rest.
Yeah, let's get some rest. I'm also pretty beat up.
Yeah. So we
Alright.
have a long night's rest and then see what we can do in the morning.
So you guys head up to your rooms to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mhm.
All right. So you guys head all up there. Already the door is closed. Here's some snoring coming from the room where Eleni and Fosco are staying at. And you find it's modest kind of little rooms. They're small, a little bit cramped, but cozy. There's like a small little set of candles there. You do see like what looks like a lantern, but it looks like the oil has been removed from it specifically for
Okay.
this night.
Yeah.
But yeah, easy enough. You lie down on those straw mattresses, and you get like this blanket made out of a like large white fur, and you immediately pass on to what looks like a dreamless sleep, and you get to take a long rest.
Oh, that's right.
Can we already mark it?
Yes.
Nice.
It's been a while.
Okay. So I'm going to add up my points again. Everything else should be okay. I think hit dice was normal. Yeah.
Yeah, all of your stuff should basically reset.
Yeah.
All right, so do you guys want to stop here for tonight?
I would, because I have things to do to
All
take
right.
care of, and
Then
I
we will
think it's a good
continue-
way before we continue on soon.
Then we will continue in the morning with morning in Bremen to see where your road takes us. And yeah, if there's anything else your character wants to do in the night or something before you go to sleep or something, you're just all dead.
Just
Yeah,
sleep.
ab-
All right.
Just sleep and rest up. Yeah. Then
Yeah,
get
just
in the
make sure
morning.
my door is locked.
All right. Noting that down. Freon's door is locked.
It's locked.
Yeah, you hear the pitter patter of dwarven feet at 3 a.m. in the morning, trying to.
Ah, shit, I thought he's open.
No,
Where's that
but
bar-
yes,
where's that barbarian at?
but
Come
we will
in, dearie. I'm ready for you.
but we will continue this next week then. So thank you everybody for watching, for listening. As always, don't forget to subscribe if you're listening on Spotify. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, please leave a small little review, a sentence or two. It helps us out a lot. Other than that, yeah, just keep your eyes peeled to our Instagram or slanteddice.com. We're going to upload our episodes there and tell you of any changes to the schedule, but we're keeping our Wednesday 7 p.m. date for now. So yep. Stay safe. See all of you next week. Bye bye.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.